Oh, well, it was a fantastic win, obviously defended really well. But, you have to just see how the players pull up. Obviously, if there's any injuries, we have to make changes. If there's players that are in doubt, obviously we have to think about that as well. But, I like to keep a similar side. If we can get good consistency within the side as well, it helps. Like I said last week, it was great to see Rodwell back in and doing really well, and everyone performing up to their, up to a high standard that we expect.
Yeah, just on Jack Rodwell, are you expecting him to be right to start again this week, or might he have another week off where sort of he had after when he played 77 minutes on the weekend?
Yeah, no, he's pulled up really well. He obviously come off with a little bit of cramp, but that's expected, I think, with a player like that who hasn't played a lot. So, so far he's doing really well at training. He's pulled up well from the game, which is good. And, we'll see how he goes the next couple of days training.
Just also on Wilco, how many weeks is he still out for?
Well, he's back training with the team now, so he's doing a lot of things with the team. It's hard to say really, but I would say in the next month or in the next couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, he should be back, I think.
Yeah, and obviously, moving to 3 players in midfield this year meant that at the start of the season, Paolo sort of dropped out, but he's come back in and started the last few games. Are you expecting the midfield to be pretty similar on the weekend against Wellington, or could Paddy Yazbek force his way back in after, I know he sort of had COVID and then he's been coming off the bench sort of 2 of the last 3?
Yeah. Well, I think Eretre has done really well since he's come in, and so has Yazbek when he's played as well. So there's obviously that competition for places in the midfield there, but they both pulled up a little bit sore after the game in Newcastle, so we'll just see who pulls up the best, and then we'll go from there. But like I said, both are doing really well. Both can play that position very easily, and they know what to expect in that position there. So.
Just a final one from me, Steve, on Alex Parsons. Where's he at the moment? I know he hasn't played since sort of October, I think.
Yeah, Alex is doing well in training. Obviously, he's got a lot of players probably in front of him at the moment that he needs to prove that he needs to prove that he gets the opportunity. Obviously, with getting a little bit of game time, but at the moment he hasn't had the opportunity. So you got. Adams come back into the side. Patrick Wood has been doing well. Kaczarski's a good option as well up front. So he has to do the best he can and to get back into the side.
Thanks, Steve.
Steve, obviously good result against Newcastle, and now you've got 3 games coming up. Teams below you in the table. I know there's no easy game in the A-League, but is this perhaps a good opportunity to put a run together now and climb the table?
Yeah, it's really tight, the table. Obviously one win brought us up to 5th, and now we're in 6th. So, we spoke about that. We talk about consistency, trying to get a good momentum moving forward and good results. That's the main thing, obviously, winning games. And this is our only home game against Wellington in January, so it's important that we get a win at home, and then we've got a few tough games. Obviously in Perth next week, Western United after that, and Melbourne Victory after that. So all these games are very important this month.
Yeah, and just with the squad as well, sort of the midway point through the season, how do you sort of assess the new signings coming in from overseas, how they've integrated as well with the younger players, like Patrick Wood maybe up front, Segasic, Aaron Goad at the back, have they all implemented into the squad? Yeah,
I think all the foreigners have come in, settled in really well, and I think are playing well. Unfortunately, we've got Joe out for 2 games with the suspension, but and the younger boys are, it's normal. They sometimes they're really good, and sometimes they can be better. But the more games they get, the better they're going to be. And it's been a bit stop-start really this first 9 games, 10 games. So we can obviously improve. There's definitely areas that we need to get better at, and we need to be a little bit more consistent in the results situation. So that's the main focus for me. Like last week was a very important game for us. We kept a clean sheet, which is the most important thing for me, if you defend well, keep clean sheets, we have some good quality players to score goals, and I believe that, and I think we can do more of that.
Steve, you mentioned Wilco being very close to a return. Obviously, in a week Joe will be back as well. You've got Rodwell fit again, Alfie fit again, Max Burgess overcome his concussion, and Bratton back as well. Probably one of the very close to the first time this season you're going to have a full squad to choose from, and get to be able to get consistency of team as well. That must be very pleasing. Yeah,
well, we're getting close, obviously, with a couple of them players that you mentioned have been back. It'd be nice to have Wilco back. He's obviously the captain of the team, and a great experienced player. And obviously we've been conceding a lot of goals, other than on the game on the weekend, which was fantastic. But it helps when you have a couple of experienced centre backs back into the side. Just builds confidence, knowing that he's going to be back in a couple of weeks, and then obviously make decisions after that.
Obviously, having the full team in place will give you that chance to have the consistency of being able to pick the same players each week, which will help.
Yeah. Obviously, that's really nice to be able to pick the same team, but obviously they have to be playing well and winning games to be doing that, and staying fit as well. So we have, I think, good options anyway. Players off the bench that can come in and do a fantastic job, and that's what we expect when we bring players in, that they do a similar job to the person they replace.
Had a lot of success this season on the road, but this will be our sort of only home game in January, so important to kind of make it count as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think our home form hasn't been the best, and I think we really need to step that up. And it's a tough team we're playing against Wellington. They're always difficult to beat and to play against. Ulfie's coming back, obviously, to Sydney as well. I think it's their first time at Allianz. It's our only home game as well in January, so it's important. It's a great time for kick-off as well, and get the families out to support the team.
Good pricing options as well?
Yeah, apparently, $40 I think for a family pack there. So obviously we want everyone to come out and support the team. It helps them. They're a 12th man, and the more people that turn up, the better for us.